It's been a minute since I've done a tier list, but I'm going to finish this series and make sure I get them all to you guys. Today, we're going to be doing the left fielders, putting them on a tier list, ranking them from elite all the way down to bench. There's been some movement. There's been some changes because of the trade deadline, so I wanted to wait a little bit, and now that the dust has settled, we can go through and actually properly rate all the team's left fielders. Seriously, if you do enjoy the video, please do drop a like. It really does help recommend my content to other people, as well as subscribing. YouTube sees you like the videos. They see you subscribe. They're going to show it to more people. Let me know in the comment section, what do you agree or disagree with on my tier list? I do love to see what you guys have to say, even if you disagree with me. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media. GiraffeNeckMarc links are in the description. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek. We're officially in the dog days of summer. The MLB season's got about 2 months left, and your team probably got some new players. You're going to want to go see them in person. That's where I come in. Use my code Giraffe10 for 10% off your next purchase on SeatGeek, whether you're a first-time buyer or not. And SeatGeek's great because they take tickets from all across the web and put them in one place to make your ticket buying experience as easy and as cheap as possible, especially when you use my code Giraffe10. And of course, my favorite feature on SeatGeek is their SeatGeek score. That's where they take tickets and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 to let you know if you're getting a good deal or not. When you see tickets with a score closer to 10 or a green dot, that means it's a good deal. You should buy those tickets. That's good value. If you're seeing tickets with a red or orange dot, a score closer to 1, that means it's not the best deal. You don't need to buy those. So again, just in case you missed it at the beginning, let me tell you about my special offer. Use my code Giraffe10 for 10% off your next purchase at SeatGeek, whether you're a first-time buyer or not. Click the link in the description, download the SeatGeek app, put in my code Giraffe10, save yourself that money. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. First up is Alec Behrens, and he's honestly a really good player. Now, defensively out in the outfield, not the strongest. He's not a premier athlete by any means. He's one of the least athletic guys playing the outfield right now. But at the plate, Alec Behrens puts the ball in play. He gets on base enough, has enough pop, has like a 780 OPS on the season. So that's a really good baseline. I think if he could play some defense out in left field, we'd be looking at a guy who's going to go into the all-star tier. But because of the lack of defense, because of the lack of athleticism, he is a bit more of a base-to-base guy who's a bat-first player. The bat's good. The bat's really solid. Contact over power. I'm going to put Alec Behrens in the solid tier to start this one off. Andrew Benintendi, statistically been one of the worst defensive outfielders in baseball this year, which is crazy because he used to have a great glove. Obviously, at the plate, still doesn't really hit. He's become a power hitter, which is weird. And I say power hitter with big quotation marks. He has 14 homers and about 350 plate appearances. Andrew Benintendi is just simply not a very good player. He has leaned into pulling the baseball, and that has caused him to hit for more power, but the OPS is still not very good. It's below his career average. The on-base is below 300. The slugging is barely above 4. I think Andrew Benintendi is just simply a bench guy at this point. I think you could be nice and even say he's the platoon bat. I'd like to see him play against righties, not against lefties, but even still, there's just not much upside right now in Andrew Benintendi, which is crazy because he was such a great young player with the Red Sox, got paid by the White Sox, and he's really stunk it up. Austin Hayes, he is an interesting one. I think he's probably an average left fielder at the plate. He's been okay this year. Definitely playing in Cincinnati helps him a little bit for sure. It's a hitter's ballpark. It's a great place to play. Defensively, he's fine out in left field. He's not a guy that you're always going to play every single day. He is a bit of a platoon merchant, crushes left-handed pitching. I think for Austin Hayes, for this one, I am going to just drop him into the average tier. He's playing well, but not someone that you want playing every single day. And you've seen it with the Reds. They've been playing Gavin Lux a lot in left field. So I think they think the same. Overall, he's an average left fielder. I love my boy Brandon Nimmo, but let's be honest, this year's been pretty not good. It's had a lot of ups and downs, and that's kind of been the story for him now going on 2 seasons. I used to think Nimmo was an underrated king. I used to think he was an all-star tier guy that nobody paid attention to, but over the last few seasons, we're now over 1,000 plate appearances of him being around a 730, 740 OPS guy with some good defense out in left field. I do think he's a better player than his numbers lead on, but that doesn't allow me to really put him anywhere particularly high. I think he goes in the same tier right now as Alec Behrens. He is not a needle mover. He is not an impact player at this moment, and unless Brandon Nimmo changes, which I think he can, and I have all the faith that he will, him being like a 320 on base guy with a 750 OPS just like doesn't play like it used to, where he was a 360 guy with an 830 OPS. Like, he's just different now. It's not the same. It's disappointing. Colton Cowser. I mean, I know the injuries have been bad. He's got a concussion. He missed a bunch of time. I like Colton Cowser as a player. I really do. Defensively, he hasn't been good this year. Oh, man. At this exact moment, is he a solid player? Last year, he was great. 24 homers, 768 OPS. That's a really good player. I think I'm going to give Colton Cowser the benefit of the doubt and still put him in solid. We do have to see what goes on. We have to monitor his play. Now, in Baltimore, they've gotten rid of Cedric Mullins. They got rid of a couple pieces. He plays every single day when he's healthy. He does need to step up. He needs to be better. Needs to hit for more power. Needs to get on base. He's a good player. I love to swing. Reminds me of Christian Yelich when he was coming out of college. I want to see the better version of Colton Cowser pop off like we saw in 2024. So maybe this is just an injury season, a lost season. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Elliot Ramos, statistically the worst defending outfielder, I think, in baseball at the left field position. -9 OAA is crazy. At the plate, he's a pretty good hitter. Hits for average, has power in that bat, pretty good barrel rates. He's not an elite hitter by any means, but a 761 OPS out in Oracle Park. That does play a little bit closer to 800 than other stadiums. I think because he's such a butcher out in the outfield, again, you can't really put him in all-star, but Elliot Ramos definitely belongs in this solid tier. A guy who is going to have some seasons where he might make an all-star team, where he might make a bigger impact, but right now just isn't at that level yet. He's still only 25. Super talented. Ian Happ's having a bad year, but I like Ian Happ. Can I put him in the solid tier? For his career, he's got an OPS right around 800. He gets on base, plays good defense in the outfield. Gold Glove defense this year, not so much. -1 OAA. Ooh, OAA is actually low-key hated Ian Happ. Oh, man. Is Ian Happ and Brandon Nimmo, are they just the same players? When they're good, they're good. When they're not, they're not. Might be. I don't know if I can put Ian Happ in all-star just yet. He's someone I'd consider moving up. Right now, I am going to put him in solid. The numbers are pretty mediocre this year. He's 31. I hate this. Isaac Collins is kind of awesome. Like, he's low-key going to be a favorite maybe to win the Rookie of the Year. I think Drake Baldwin still got it on lock in the National League for right now. But Isaac Collins is really gaining some steam. He's having a phenomenal year. 28-year-old rookie out of Creighton. The Brewers just can't keep getting away with this. They're so good at it. Defensively, awesome. 7 OAA in left field. At the plate, not an exit velo king, not a barrel god. He's a switch hitter. From one side, he hits for more power. From the other side, he hits for more contact. And the numbers are great this year. 320 plate appearances, 8 homers, 13 stolen bases, 298 average, 396 on base, 460 slugging, 856 OPS. That's really, really good. I think Isaac Collins might just be great. He walks a ton. He doesn't chase. The bat speed's fine. He puts the ball in the air enough. I think I like Isaac Collins. I think I'm going to put him in the all-star tier, especially with that defense. He's really like a center fielder playing left field. That's how good he is out there. James Wood, he's hit a bit of a snag, a little bit of a slump. I think he's going to start to get hot shortly. He's way too good to be as cold as he was. The Nationals team had some weird stuff going on with Davey Martinez being fired and Mike Rizzo, and just that whole organization feels like it's kind of a mess. That being said, James Wood is going in the elite tier for me. I see what the numbers are. They can be better, but I think by the time the season ends, everybody in baseball is going to consider James Wood to be one of the, 20 best players in the league? The power is insane. The barrel rates are crazy. The exit velos are unbelievable. He's walking a ton. A 13% walk rate is one of the highest in the league. The slash line, even with the slump, 260, 359, 487 for an 846 OPS. He has 25 homers, going to finish the year with close to 35, 40, and steal 20, 25 bases while playing good enough defense in left field. I really do think that while the numbers are a little bit low right now, this is an elite baseball player. And I think if you don't see that, we might not be watching the same sport. And yes, I did just zoom out the tier list because I want you guys to be able to see the guys that are coming next. And this next guy, Jason Dominguez, is probably going to be one of the most polarizing. I actually think Jason Dominguez is going to be a very good player. I believe in this stuff. He's a great athlete. He gets on base. He hits the ball hard. Those are all things that I like to see. I think the Yankees are messing around with him. I don't think they're treating him properly. He clearly cannot play left field. Visually, I don't know if I've watched as bad of a left fielder as Jason Dominguez since like when Lucas Duda and, Daniel Murphy used to play left field, and those guys weren't outfielders. Like, Jason Dominguez is an outfielder and makes left field look incredibly difficult. He's horrible out there. He's got a great arm, an absolute cannon, but catching fly balls, it feels like something he hasn't ever done before. And the fact of the matter is he's just not really hitting. So I think right now, Jason Dominguez is basically an average left fielder. I don't think he will be. I think he'll be good, but he's an average left fielder at this moment. Unless things turn around, he's not doing anything particularly interesting at the moment. Joey Loperfido, what do I do with you? Because you are off to an unbelievable start. 100 plate appearances this year, or 80 plate appearances at the moment of recording. 382 average, 427 on base, 539 slugging, 966 OPS. Let's see. Let's take a deeper look. Did the bat speed change at all? No, the bat speed's actually down. He's striking out less than 36% of the time. That's big. Man, I don't actually really know what to do with Joey Loperfido. I think he probably is just average. I don't think he keeps a 966 OPS for the entirety of the season. Blue Jays fans are going to scream at me, I'm sure. He's a platoon guy, I would think. I don't think he belongs in the solid tier. Yeah, I think for right now, Joey Loperfido is going to go in average. We just need to see more. 345 plate appearances have told us a 700 OPS with average defense. That's an average player. I am happy to be wrong about this one. I hope Joey Loperfido proves me wrong and finishes with a 900 OPS, but it's 83 plate appearances is too small of a sample when we've seen 345 plate appearances. That gives us a 700 OPS. And I'm not seeing legitimate changes just yet. John Rave, he's a bench player. I mean, it's plain and simple. What's really interesting about John Rave, though, great bat speed. Like one of the higher bat speeds right now in terms of outfielders. He's like a 75, 80th percentile guy. He doesn't have enough plate appearances yet to qualify, but he's up there. and he doesn't chase, and he gets on base. I low-key think John Rave could be a good player, but right now, the version of him that we're seeing in Kansas City, not very good. It's a bench player. It's not a guy that you want to play every single day. It's not somebody that gives you a lot of hope. I think at some point, if he continues with this plate discipline, this patience, as well as swinging the bat hard, there has to be a good player. He's just got to make more contact, or maybe it doesn't work for him and I sound like an idiot, but John Rave, I'm giving you positive stuff, but I am putting you in bench for now. Jordan Beck. I think if I'm going to put Alec Behrens in a solid, I think I'm also going to put Jordan Beck. Now, of course, he plays in Coors. The numbers are going to be a little bit inflated. 277 average, 344 on base, 462 slugging for 806 OPS. Probably more in the 750, 760 range. The defense isn't as great, but also that outfield is cavernous. It's huge. It's tough to play out in Coors. So if you're not a good fielder, you're going to get exposed even more. If you are a good fielder, you still might get exposed. And if you're Brenton Doyle, you're going to put up crazy OAA numbers because you're a freak. But I do think Jordan Beck's solid. Again, another guy who hits the ball pretty hard. Good barrel rates, plays in Coors, pulls the baseball, which you love to see as a hitter. He's a good athlete too. Everything that I've seen this year, we now have 600 plate appearances of him being like a 720 OPS guy, and the majority of that has come from this season, 424 plate appearances with an OPS at 806. I like what I see from Jordan Beck. I was a fan of him in Tennessee too. Jurickson Profar. I mean, we know he was juicing, so he's not at the elite or even all-star range that he once was, which is sad to see because I really thought he figured it out last year. The reason those numbers look sticky, the man was cheap, sticking needles in himself. I don't even know. Is that how you do steroids anymore? Do they still do needles? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Jurickson Profar, I think, is the epitome of a solid left fielder. He's going to get on base. He's going to play good enough defense. He's going to hit for some power. Although the defense has been bad this year. Whoa, -5 OAA. Nah. My gut still tells me he's solid. He feels like the rest of these guys, right? They all kind of feel like they're in the same range. Guys below them are a little bit worse. The guys above them have been doing things better. I'm cool with it. Let's move on to Kyle Stowers. Sincerest apologies to Kyle Stowers, the Stowers family, and the Miami Marlins. I doubted Kyle Stowers a ton coming into the year, and to be fair, what we had seen wasn't very impressive. What Peter Bendix of the Miami Marlins does best, though, is he takes those MLB-ready players and they fix the little things, they make these changes, and now Kyle Stowers is legitimately an elite outfielder. He is an elite left fielder, 905 OPS, 25 home runs, while playing in Marlins Park for half the games this season. He has been awesome. He also has a cannon of an arm in the outfield. He is barreling up the baseball at one of the highest rates in the league. The bat speed is elite. The barrel rates, the discipline, everything that you'd want from a good baseball player, Kyle Stowers has it. This is going to be the biggest riser of my rankings, maybe of all time. I'm pretty sure I ranked Kyle Stowers almost close to last at his position, and now he's an elite. And the changes that he's made, these are legit changes. They're sticky. As long as he stays like this, doesn't change his approach again, he is going to be a very, very good baseball player for a long, long time. For Lourdes Gurriel Jr., I feel like we've moved past the need to play him every single day right in Arizona. I don't really see where the value is for a guy like Lourdes Gurriel right now. He doesn't play good outfield. He's been a average guy who's not hitting for average. He doesn't get on base. He doesn't hit for any power. I'm not going to go crazy and put him in the bench tier because I think that would be a little bit dramatic, but realistically, Lourdes Gurriel is an average left fielder and someone who is probably phasing himself out of being on competitive baseball teams playing every single day. It's just, you can't really run that out there. You can't. You need to be better, especially if you don't bring any defensive value. And similarly with Max Kepler, I honestly even think he's a bench guy right now. He's not very good. I loved Max Kepler a few years ago. I really thought it was going to change, but it's been a bad 2 seasons. About 700 plate appearances of being a sub 700 OPS guy, playing fine defense out in the outfield, not really being an athlete on the bases. It's just not a lot of good things going on. I mean, the Phillies are playing Weston Wilson most days over Max Kepler. I don't think either of them are super high quality left field options, but for what the Phillies picks are, these are the guys they have to roll with. Max Kepler definitely not helping this Phillies team very much at the exact moment. I'm sure he's going to get hot. He's going to hurt the Mets because I said this on video, but I'm okay with it. Max Kepler's a bench guy. And as much as it pains me, Michael Conforto, I think, is a bench guy too. I don't think he even goes an average anymore. This season's so bad. And if you can't hit with the Dodgers in that lineup without any pressure, I don't really know how it gets better for Michael Conforto. He still gets on base. He doesn't chase. The bat speed's good. The barrel rate's fine. He's just, I don't want to say he's getting unlucky, but like he's not making good quality contact consistently. Still hits the ball hard. Like still all things that you want and still things that you don't give up on. But truthfully, at the end of the day, he is a platoon player and not necessarily for a team that you want being in big games. I don't think the Dodgers are going to necessarily be able to play Michael Conforto in the playoffs. And it pains me because I love him. I loved Michael Conforto. He was a beast with the Mets. But this is not the version that I wanted to see. He's still getting on base though, so Still got that. Randy Arozarena. I love Randy Arozarena. Throw him in the all-star tier. He absolutely rakes at the plate. The dude mashes. One of the highest barrel rates of his career this season. The hard hit rate is through the roof. And he's one of the few right-handed hitters that has ever figured out how to hit in Seattle. And it's a big reason why the Mariners are sneaky. One of the best teams in baseball. Extremely dangerous. My favorite out of the American League right now. Randy Arozarena, 23 homers, 22 stolen bases, 250 average, 352 on base is just, that's chef's kiss. That's incredible that he's getting on base. 100 points higher than his batting average. 468 slugging, 820 OPS. This is exactly what the Mariners needed. This is what the doctor ordered. Randy Arozarena is an all-star caliber left fielder. He is a stud. Love seeing Randy doing well with the Mariners. So Riley Green has been ice cold for like a month plus, I believe. I see Tigers fans complaining on Twitter all the time, which is crazy because Riley Green is still incredible, and I'm still going to put him in elite because I think he is that good of a baseball player. Does he strike out 33% of the time? For sure. Does he have one of the highest barrel rates in baseball? Yes, 17.1% barrel rate is crazy. 27 homers in Comerica, 269 average, 313 on base, 507 slugging for 820 OPS. He's also a phenomenal outfielder, incredible out there in left field. Could play center field if you need him to. I'm a Riley Green stan. I'm a big fan of his game. I think he's criminally underrated. I think Tigers fans are even being way too harsh on him. He's 24 years old. He's carried this offense for 2 seasons now. I'm a Riley Green believer. Maybe this is crazy because of the cold stretch, but this was a guy who was having a unbelievable season before July and August rolled around. He had that OPS up to like 900 in July and then just kind of got a little cold, got a little hot, got a little cold, and it's at 821, still pretty good. What do I do with Steven Kwan? I think that Steven Kwan is an all-star left fielder. I do. I think I had him in elite last year. This season kind of changed my opinion on the kind of player that he is. He is contact first. He's not going to hit a ton of home runs. He's going to get you singles. He's going to get you some doubles. And defensively, he is pretty good. This year, he's about league average 0 OAA, but in the past, he's been elite in left field. He does have a great arm. He's got good range. He is a good baseball player, but I don't think he is in the same caliber as the guys like Wood, Stowers, and Riley Green. Just look at the kind of players that they are. I do think he profiles more similarly to an Isaac Collins. And you could even make the argument that Randy Arozarena should be an elite if Riley Green's going to be up there, but he obviously doesn't have the defensive prowess. So I think Steven Kwan in the all-star tier feels great, and that's where I'm going to put him. Taylor Ward's a funky one to rank. I would probably be willing to put him in all-star because he's a good left fielder. He hits for power. He's got like 27 home runs this year. We're going to see 35 home runs a year from Taylor Ward. I'm happy to put him in all-star. This is a guy. Fun story. For those of you who've been around the channel forever, shout out Jabari Blash, absolute legend. Wouldn't be here without him. I went out to dinner with Jabari Blash one night. Taylor Ward was a teammate of his on the Angels. We're eating dinner. Taylor Ward, as a rookie, comes up to Jabari's table, gives him major respect, talks about he's like the nicest teammate he's ever had. He really looks up to this guy. Jabari goes, "Mark, I'm telling you, you're going to remember Taylor's name. You're going to see him in a couple years. This guy's going to be really good for the Angels, I promise you." And both of them were right. Taylor Ward's a beast. He's going to hit 30-plus home runs. He's got an OPS around 800, plays good defense. That's an all-star left fielder. Tommy Pham, I love you. But, I mean, bench, this is not a guy that can be playing every single day. 5 homers and 300 plate appearances, a sub 700 OPS. Tommy Pham's just not an everyday player anymore. He's on the Pirates. They're like the worst offensive team in baseball. It's kind of how he plays. Tyler Soderstrom. It's getting tougher. As the year's gone on, I've been less and less impressed with Tyler Soderstrom. I do think he is a good player. I think I've put him in all-star before. I think right now I feel more like he is a solid left fielder. Defensively, he's not very good out there. He does have a cannon of an arm, though. At the plate, it feels Elliot Ramos-esque, where it's like pretty good barrel rates. Nothing elite, nothing incredible, but all pretty good with some discipline stuff that needs to be cleaned up. But he's 23. Like, I think Soderstrom could be a really good player next season. I think he is a really good player right now. That's why he goes in solid, but I don't think he's in the same tier as those guys in all-star yet. While Wyatt Langford's currently playing center field for the Rangers because of an injury, he is a left fielder for all intents and purposes. And while I think Wyatt Langford's an awesome baseball player, big fan of his, I think he eventually will become a lead out there because he is that talented. He is only 23. What we've seen is about a 730, 740 OPS guy who's going to give you about 20 homers, 20 stolen bases, and play very, very, very good defense. That is someone who's in the all-star solid tier. I'm going to put him in the all-star because he is so good defensively that he can play center field and you just kind of don't even bat an eye. Getting that defense in left field's good. The power numbers are going to come around. The offense is going to come around. I'll be happy to be wrong about this one, but I'm willing to bet that Wyatt Langford is better than all the guys below him right now. Oh, you guys have no idea. I want to get crazy with Roman Anthony and put him in elite because I really do think that by the end of the season, we're looking at a top 25 player in baseball. Roman Anthony's awesome. If he ever hits the ball in the air consistently, we're going to be looking at an MVP player. The plate discipline's incredible. The bat speed's ridiculous. He doesn't chase, hits the ball hard every single time. Even with the fact that he buries the ball into the ground, the barrel rate is still elite. The average exit velos are crazy. He plays a phenomenal outfield. He's a good athlete. This is a 5-tool player. He's not there yet because he still only has 2 home runs. We need to see more power. But this is a borderline elite outfielder already. And maybe I'm early to the party. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy. Maybe it's because I like Roman Anthony as a player and he's on all my fantasy teams. But this dude he's a freak. He's disgustingly good. Red Sox. Got crazy future, guys. Crazy. Ramon Laureano now on the Padres, and let me tell you, Ramon Laureano is having an all-star caliber season. This guy's playing incredible, which maybe I do move some guys around because it's like, I don't think Ramon Laureano is an all-star caliber player. Does that make sense? Can we all agree on that? I think you can have an all-star season, but I think at the end of the day, I'm not betting on Ramon Laureano to be that different of a player than what we've seen. He has been really good this year, though. He's been pretty incredible. In terms of production this season, he's been an all-star. You could even make an argument he's been elite. Is that where I'm going to put him? My gut tells me solid for Ramon Laureano, and people are gonna freak out. Nah, it's too much. It's too much of an overcorrection to put him in All-Star right now. I'm gonna put him in solid. It's probably a bad take, but we know the kind of player Ramon Laureano is, and nothing's really changed. He's just having a really good year. He's a good baseball player. He's playing at an All-Star caliber right now. Does he belong in All-Star? That feels so ridiculous. We're gonna put him there. We're gonna put him in All-Star. I caved. The numbers are too good. Sometimes I don't need answers. Sometimes just look at the numbers. The numbers are good. Numbers never lie. Astros finally got a real left fielder in Jesus Sanchez. While I am a big Jesus Sanchez believer because he hits the ball hard, bat speed's great, plays good outfield, pulls the baseball. I think he's going to be great for the Astros. I obviously can't put him as high as I feel about him as a player. That being said, I do think he's solid. I think he's a pretty good ball player. I think you're going to see like 20 home run seasons from him. Good power potential. Gets on base a decent bit. Maybe the Astros get a little more out of him. Gavin Lux doesn't really play left field, and he's pretty obvious. He's horrible at it. It's not great out there. And I think he's just average. I mean, he's got no power, even playing in Cincinnati. Never really did sneaky, have any power. Never had big exit velos. Doesn't chase, gets on base, does some nice things. But again, he's platooning with Austin Hayes. It's not an everyday player. He's average. I think Chandler Simpson's a guy who in the past I would have put in bench because he plays horrible defense and he's a speed merchant, batting average king. But I think because he's stealing so much and he does get on base at a decent clip, it is mostly from hits. He doesn't actually really walk, but because he has such a high average, his on base is fine. He does have a little bit more value than I would have given in the past. I think he goes an average. I think he is a borderline major league player right now. The defense is definitely a problem. Needs to improve there. I know in left field it's a little bit easier than center, but still need to see an improvement. And I don't want him to become a power hitter. I don't think that's what's going to make him good. I don't think that's what's going to make him special. It didn't get him to the majors, but we maybe need to see a little more patience at the plate. I think a 4% walk rate is pretty tough, especially for a speed guy. They need you on base as much as possible. That's where you do your damage. And then last but not least, Alan Roden, who's wearing a Blue Jays hat, but is currently the Minnesota Twins left fielder. Yeah, I just think he's bench. I just don't think he's playing every single day. He wasn't playing with the Blue Jays. They sent him down. Then he got traded to the Twins. He's playing because they don't have a lot of major league players. Until I see something good, I'm not going to bump up Alan Roden just yet. Apologies to the Roden family. All right, zoomed in a little bit. Here's the tier list again. 3 in elite, James Wood, Kyle Stowers, Riley Green, followed by a bunch in all-star, a lot in solid, pretty good amount in average, and a bunch in bench as well. I'd love to know what you guys agree or disagree with down in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, as well as subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. Follow me on all my social media. GiraffeNeckMarc links are in the description. That's where I'll wrap it up. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload, so click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Center field tier list up next. Peace out.